Namaste, thank you so much for joining me once again and welcome back onto your mat. So today we will start in a child's pose. So come on down onto your mat. Open up your knees about as wide as the mat here and then allow your toes to touch together behind you. From here, go ahead and walk your hands out and just go ahead and rest with your forehead down onto the floor. And just allow your shoulders to release here and relax. And you can close your eyes or at least softening the gaze. And let's come back onto that breath. So nice gentle breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing that chest rising and falling with your breath. And noticing your belly coming in and out as you breathe in. Today, as we're going to flow to some nice sequences, we're going to get the heart rate slightly up. And it's very important again to just come back into your breath each time. Anytime the mind starts to wander off away from your mat, away from your poses and what you're doing right here, see if you can just allow and shift that attention back to where you are right now in this moment. So it does not matter how many times you have to do that, as long as you keep doing it. And that's what we're trying to cultivate here, just coming back to your mat, coming back to where we are right now. Because this is where everything is unfolding. Alright, now nice and gently, just go ahead and start to walk your hands back up to the center. And then from here, let's close your knees and then come right up into your tabletop position. From here, we're going to open up your knees about hip width distance again. So go ahead and stack those joint upon joint, wrists right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. That's coming for your nice cat and cow flow. So go ahead and drop that belly down, squeeze that shoulder blades behind you, and then allow your heart to come forward. As we exhale, we're going to round and curl, pressing your hips forward, tuck that pelvis in. And again, inhale, drop that belly down, open up that heart. And then exhale, round and curl your back. A few more rounds here. Inhale, coming down into your cow. And then exhale, coming back up into your cat. So you can start to close your eyes here, or at least softening the gaze. And let's try to just move with your breath. So every time you inhale, you're coming down, you're arching that back. And then every time you exhale, you're coming back up into your cat back. And let's tune in now to how the body is feeling. All the sensations as you're moving with your breath. Just notice how that feels. Few more rounds as we start to open up that spine. Alright, let's come back into that tabletop position. Now this time, let's go ahead and bring your knees together. Keep that hand firmly gripping onto the mat here, so open up those fingertips nice and wide. Now let's go ahead and reach that right leg all the way as high as you can, pointing your toe behind you. Now you can arch your back, so remember that cow pose that we did just right now. We're gonna do the same variation, so go ahead and squeeze that shoulder blades behind you, lift that leg as high as it will go, and then on the exhale, you're gonna bring that knee all the way in towards your forehead, press that hand down, and then come into your cat back, and then lift that knee as high as it will go. On the inhale, let's come all the way back, lift that leg as high as it will go. And then exhale, let's bring that knee in towards your forehead, round that back. Alright, you guys, 3 more times. Inhale. exhale, round and curl. Last two, keep it going, stay with that breath. Last one, inhale, reach it as high as it will go, point that toe, and then exhale, bring it all the way through, and let's release it back down onto the earth. Let's do the same thing now onto the other side, so go ahead and lift that left leg back, reach it as far as it will go, and then exhale, round and curl. Okay, let's stay with that breath, inhale, reach it high, exhale, bring it all the way through. Last few more rounds. Two more to go. Inhale, reach. Okay, let's do one more here. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, bring it through, and release it back down onto the earth. All right, now guys, from here, keep your knees, again, exactly where it is. You're only going to move that upper body. Okay, so bring your hands to the top of your mat, and then start to drop your forehead down onto the floor. Keep that hip lifting up high. Now, extend your arms all the way out, and see if you can just release that upper body here. So start to relax the shoulders a little bit more. So you feel that nice opening on that back side of your body. For those who feel that you can go a little bit more, you can start to bring your chin onto the floor and just melt that heart all the way down as far as you can reach. If that's possible for you, keep pressing your chest down onto the floor, chin onto the floor, hips are nice and high. But if this does not feel good for you, just come back up to the previous pose with your forehead on the ground. So listen to your body here. Just breathe into that back side. Last 3, 2, and when I press your hands down, start to lift back up. Let's come into your tabletop once again. All right, you guys, from here, let's go ahead and tuck your toes under. We're going to come in for your down dog. Keep your knees bending, lift that hip nice and high. All right, let's walk your dog here. Press your heel down one at a time, as far as it'll go. Starting to notice this first down dog of the practice. Just walking your dog here, stretching it out. Alright, you guys, now from here, go ahead and straighten your legs as far as it'll go, keeping that back nice and flat. Again, if you want to, you can always bend your knees if that helps you to keep your back flat. But keep lifting your hips up as high as it'll go. Alright, now from here, let's go ahead and walk all the way to the top of your mat. And let's come into your forward fold here. Soften that upper body, soften your knees. Just relax your upper body completely. Grab onto your opposite elbows, just rocking side to side here. Releasing that lower back. And then this time, release your hands. Let's go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your lower back. And then roll your shoulders out, extend your arms out. From here, keep bending that knee, softening your knees, lower your head down as far as it'll go, and see if you can just bring your arms behind you as well. Keep arms straight, relax the neck, and check in with your breath. Remember to always be breathing, to always be coming back into your breath. And slowly, let's release that hand back down onto the floor. Let's come up into your halfway lift. Hands onto your knees or your thighs. Spread that collarbone. Bring your shoulder heads back a little bit more so your chest is coming down. That will help you to keep your back nice and flat. And here you're pressing that hip back, and you're noticing that stretching the entire backside of the body. And you're just breathing into whatever you feel. Exhale, let's go ahead and lower down all the way. And then on the inhale, let's rise up. Sweep your arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, let's bring your hands to the heart center. Just coming back to your breath. Take a few moments here, breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing that heart rate. Just noticing everything. Noticing if your mind is here, if your mind is present. If not, shift it back to your breath. All right, let's get ready to flow here. Inhale, reach that arm up towards the ceiling. Stretch it out. Exhale all the way down, forward fold, soft knees. Hang the head. Halfway lift here. Inhale, stretch it out. And then exhale all the way down, forward fold again. Releasing the head. Inhale, let's rise back up, reach. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Let's continue to flow here, staying with your breath. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, flowing all the way down, just following your breath. Halfway lift, inhale, stretch it out. And then exhale all the way down, release. Inhale, rise up. Hands to the heart center. Let's keep flowing here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down onto the floor. Halfway lift, inhale, stretch it out. Alright, this time guys, hands down onto the floor. Step your right leg back, left leg back, coming into your plank pose. Strengthen that whole body here, come up high onto your toes. Engage your core. Lower your knees down, chest and chin. Exhale all the way down. And then inhale, slide forward, rise up into your cobra. Remember that your shoulders are if your shoulders are here, press down with your hand, lift out of your shoulder. Tuck your toes, send it back. Downward facing dog, stretch it out. Starting to notice how this down dog is feeling. Alright, now from here, let's step forward or walk forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's rise. Reach your arms up. Hands to the heart center. And let's keep it going. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, stretch it out. And then exhale, hands down, step it back into your plank pose. Hold here, take one breath in. And then lower down knees, chest and chin. Inhale, let's slide up into your cobra, rise up. And let's send it back into your downward facing dog, tucking your toes in, lifting that hip nice and high, allowing your back to be flat, weight is evenly distributed. Alright you guys, from here, let's go ahead and bring your feet together. On the inhale, right leg, reach it as high as you can behind you, coming in for your three-legged dog. As you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees, and then shift forward, drop that right leg down onto the floor. From here guys, keep that feet nice and flat, onto the floor, back leg, lifting high onto that heel, and then rise up, strong legs, reach your arms up. Maintain your focus, maintaining that breath. Reach that hand all the way up, and then exhale, hands down onto the floor. Now step it back into your plank pose. Exhale, drop it down, knees, chest and chin. And then inhale, slide forward, rise up, cobra. Keep it steady and send it back into your downward facing dog, stretch it out. Feet together once again, this time, left leg reaches high, inhale, straighten it as far as it'll go. And then exhale, send it to the top of your mat. Keep that back heel lifting up. Front foot bent at a 90-degree angle. Again, joint upon joint. Let's rise up. Inhale, reach that hand towards the ceiling. Spread that fingertips nice and wide. Coming back to that breathing. And then exhale, hands down. This time, let's step it forward. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. And then inhale, let's rise up. Hands together, heart center, exhale. Coming back to your breath. All right, let's flow here once again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, all the way down, forward fold. Come back up, halfway lift, stretch it out. And then this time, exhale, hands down, right leg back, left leg back. Exhale, drop your knees down, chest and chin all the way. Rise up into your cobra, shift your weight forward, and then set up that heart reaching out. Tuck your toes in, let's send it back into your downward facing dog. Let's get ready, keep your feet together here. On the inhale, right leg high. Inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, top of the mat. Rise up, inhale. Exhale all the way down. Step it back into your plank. Inhale. Drop your knees, chest and chin. Exhale. Slide up and rise. Inhale, open up that heart. And then send it back. Down facing dog, feet together. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, let's bring it to the top of your mat. Back heel lifting up, let's rise. Strong legs, reach that heart up. And then exhale, hands down onto the floor. Let's step your back foot forward this time. Exhale, forward, down. Inhale, let's rise, back up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Come back to your breath. Soften the eyes, or you can close your eyes and just notice how the body is feeling right now. Maybe the body temperature is rising a bit. Maybe the heart is pounding a little bit harder. But wherever you are, just noticing it. Just being present with everything that you feel. All right, you guys, now from here, go ahead and reach your arms back up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Come back up into your halfway lift, stretch it out. And then this time, hands down onto the floor, right leg back. Now drop the back heel down. Turn the foot towards the right side. Front knee is still bending 90 degrees on top of the knee, on top of the ankle. Now from here, you're gonna reach your right hand up and then come into your warrior two. So in your warrior two, you wanna keep your knees bending a little bit lower. So see if you can bring your thighs parallel to the floor. Your back foot grounded down as well as the front foot. And then see if you can bring your knees to push backwards instead of collapsing forward. That also targets that inner thighs. So just allowing that hip to open up here. Shoulders are relaxed and soft. Arms are nice and wide. Go ahead and look over towards that top left fingertip. And if you can, if you want to challenge your strength, lower down a little bit more. Stay focused on that breath. Keep breathing. Let's turn that palm up towards the ceiling. And then reverse warrior all the way to the back side. Extending the left side of the body. Take one more inhale here. And then slowly come all the way back up. Now from here, go ahead and swing your right hand all the way down. Lift your back heel up, coming into your lunge pose. From here, right hand flat onto the floor. Left hand reaches all the way up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, let's send it back. into your downward facing dog. Stretch that head nice and high. And this time, let's go ahead and bring your right leg up. Exhale, let's bring it to the top of your mat. Alright, on to the other side. Back foot down. This time, your left leg is facing towards the left side. Same thing here. Sweep your left arm all the way up, coming into your warrior two. Keep bending that front knee 90 degrees. Open up that knee to the side. And let's stay here. Relax the shoulders. Keep your focus on that top fingertip. Allow your breath to be calm. And let's flip that palm up to the ceiling. Inhale, stretch it all the way to the back side. Take one more inhale, reach. And send it back down. Swing that left hand all the way down. Pivot onto your back heel, back toe. Left hand down onto the floor. Drop that hip down a little bit lower. Right hand reaches up, opening for a nice twist. And exhale, send it back. Send it back into your downward dog. Reach that head nice and high. Start to notice the down dog getting a little bit more open as your legs start to warm up a little bit more. And then from here, stretch it back, inhale, and then walk, step forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, let's rise back up. Hands to the heart center. All right, guys, let's bring all of that together and do a nice little warrior dance flow. So from here, go ahead and inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Come up into your halfway lift, stretch it out, straight legs, straight back. Hands down onto the floor, right leg back. Okay, back foot down, and let's open up into your warrior two. Focus your gaze on that top fingertip. Turn that palm up, reverse warrior. Inhale, reach it back. Alright, from here, cartwheel your hand down, exhale, and then left hand up, inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, hands down, step it back into your down dog. And then this time, inhale, reach that right leg up. Exhale, let's bring it to the top of your mat. Back foot down, and let's rise into your warrior. Bend that front knee a little bit more. Turn your palm up. Reverse warrior all the way to the back side. As you exhale, cartwheel both hands down onto the floor. And then this time, right hand up. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, hands down onto the floor. Let's send it back into your downward facing dog. Stretch it out. And let's walk to the top of your mat. Exhale, let's forward fold all the way down. Inhale, let's rise up. And then hands to the heart center. Keep it going. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift, inhale, stretch it out. And then hands down, exhale, right leg back, back foot down. This time, keep the legs straight. Turn your left foot towards the right side, coming into your wide-legged stance. Now hands down to the floor, press your hip back, and then reach your heart out, allowing your back to be nice and flat. So you can bring your chin down slightly, so you're also lengthening the back of your neck. Squeeze that shoulder blades behind you. And then from here, go ahead and walk your hands over towards the right side. And then bend your right knee, turning your toes a little bit out. And then sit down onto your heel for Skandasana. It's a really great opening for that inner thighs, the back of your legs. Now, if this feels really uncomfortable, you can always press down onto your hands and then lift up onto your toes if this feels much more accessible. You also have the option to place a block right underneath your head and just sit on the head. Wherever you are, let's hold here for a few more breaths. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now from your hands down onto the floor, shift your weight up, and let's do the same thing onto the other side. So walk your hands to the left side, bend your left knee, and then lift your right heel, toes up to the ceiling. If you can, see if you can bring your back a little bit more straight, arms come inside. So you're just pressing your arm into your knee here to open up that inner thigh a little bit more. Keep that toes pointing up to the ceiling. Wherever you are, let's hold and breathe. Again, use the props if you need to. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's come back up. Feet down onto the floor. Let's do one more nice inhale, stretch it out, press that hip back, and let's turn to the top of your mat here. Turn your left toes in, right toes in, hands down onto the floor. Let's send it back into your downward facing dog, straighten it up, reach that hip nice and high, and as you lift up onto your toes here, shift your weight forward, coming into your plank pose. Let's drop the knees down, exhale, chest and chin, rise up into your cobra, flowing with your breath. Let's send it back into your downward facing dog, stretch it out. Alright you guys, now from here, just going to drop your knees down onto the floor, and then cross your legs behind you, and then just sit back onto the floor. Now from here, go ahead and bring your feet together to touch. We're going to come in for a butterfly stance. So go ahead and bring your feet together now. Grab onto your toes. Lift your chest up. And then as you exhale, just going to fold all the way down. So here we're targeting a stretch in your inner thighs. Relax your chin down slightly, releasing the back of your neck. We're just going to hold here for a few more breaths. See if you can relax the knees down and notice if you are consciously holding on to or unconsciously holding on to certain parts of your body. See if you can just release it and soften it with your exhalation. Last few more breaths here, guys. And then nice and gently, slowly come all the way up. Alright, now from here, just going to switch to the side of you. You're going to bring your feet out a little bit more forward, so you have this sort of a diamond shape with your legs. Your feet are right in front of you. You've got quite a bit of a distance between your feet and your hip. Go ahead and bring your hands and just grab onto your ankle and then slide your hands underneath the ankle. Go ahead and lift your heart out as you inhale, so you're lengthening from your tailbone right behind you here. From here, you're going to reach that heart a little bit more. And as you exhale, bend your elbows. Start to draw that chest towards the floor as far as it'll go. So notice how this stretch, this diamond stretch, feels different compared to the earlier butterfly stretch. So this time we're targeting more on the outer part of our legs. And in that area we have this IT band, which tends to be quite tight. So let's use this opportunity here to just release and allow it to stretch. And let's use that breath here to send that breath to wherever you are feeling some kind of a sensation. So for me, I'm definitely feeling on my left outer part of my leg. So I'm just going to focus on that area. I'm just going to breathe into it as deep as I can. And then as I exhale, I'm just going to relax and imagine all of that tension just releasing out with my exhalation. And I find this to be very useful whenever I'm coming into a nice stretching, deep holding postures, as it allows me to open up the body a little bit more. Because it feels like I'm targeting that specific area. Okay, just last few more breaths here. Alright, you guys, nice and gently, slowly come all the way back up. Go ahead and bring your knees back in together. And then hands behind you, let's just roll your knees, drop your knees over to one side and then the other. So just bringing back a little bit of mobility. And then when you're ready, let's come on down onto your mat. And then go ahead and bring your knees close together towards your chest. And then this time, let's go ahead and keep your left knee bending. Extend your right leg out. And then grab onto your left knee with your right hand and twist towards the right side. Reach that left hand all the way up to the ceiling. And then open it up towards the left side. See if you can release the shoulder all the way down onto the floor. And then at the same time, start to soften up your hips. And then noticing that nice lower back stretch here, coming in for a gentle twisting posture. And slowly come back to the center. Squeeze your knees a little bit more, and then exhale, release. Okay, let's bring that right knee into your chest. And same thing over towards the opposite side here. Bringing that right knee to the left side. Right hand all the way up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, let's open it up. Soften up your hips once again. And you might be even hearing some kind of popping sensation, which always feels good, especially for me. Just allowing that shoulder to relax, allowing the whole body to release and soften. And slowly come back to the center here. Hug your right knee into your chest. Give it a nice big squeeze. And then lastly, coming down into your savassanah. So go ahead and spread your legs. Take up space. Palms facing up to the ceiling. And allow your eyes to close and soften. And then start to relax the entire body from the top of your head down onto your toes. And just observing and noticing how you're doing right now compared to the first part when you stepped onto your mat. And just noticing that gentle breathing in and out through the nose once again as we stay here for just a few more. of you who want to stay here a little bit longer, feel free to do so. Otherwise, start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet. And again, rocking that head side to side, gently waking up the body. Keep the eyes closed for the time being. Go ahead and extend your arms all the way to the top of your mat. Bring your feet together to touch. And stretch it out. Take a big breath in through the nose. And then exhale out from the mouth. Go ahead and bring your hands down. Bring your knees back into your chest. And let's rock and roll, coming up into your seated posture. Bring your hands to your heart center, sitting up tall, and noticing a bit of lightness, a little bit of calmness, a serenity. Whatever you feel, just tuning into it. And lastly, again, just thanking yourself for committing to the practice. I hope to see you again on the next time. See you on the mat. Namaste.